Imagine receiving a message from your boss. We need to talk today. Your immediate thought might be, did I do something wrong? And this is where something begins that your brain does every single day. Suddenly, a short message, a serious expression, or a closed office door can seem like evidence. At the same time, you may overlook other information, that your boss is speaking with everyone, that a new project is starting, or that they were simply under time pressure. You do not give every clue the same weight. Why does this happen? Why do we often notice the things that support our worries, hopes, or opinions first? And why do some conclusions feel immediately right, even though important information is still missing? Our brain often does not operate like a neutral researcher. It behaves more like a lawyer defending an existing position. The researcher asks, "What is true?" The lawyer asks, "What can I use to support my point of view?" In everyday life, this bias can seem harmless. You buy a product and then focus mainly on reviews that confirm you made the right choice. You believe that a particular method, diet, or opinion is correct, and suddenly you notice almost nothing but examples that support it. In relationships, the consequences can be more serious. Once you believe that your partner is being dishonest, you may begin interpreting more and more situations in ways that reinforce that belief. At work, an early assumption can cause talent to be overlooked. Later, every mistake or success is interpreted as confirmation of that initial judgment. When investing, people often seek out the exact analyses that defend their favorite stock. At the societal level, this becomes an amplifier. Algorithms, media environments, and social groups often show us content that matches what we already believe. This creates echo chambers. Debates become more hostile, and genuine changes of perspective become less common. Confirmation bias is costly because it does more than preserve false beliefs. It also prolongs bad decisions. So how can you protect yourself? Not by abandoning every opinion, but by putting your opinion to a serious test. 3 questions are enough. First, what would have to happen for me to change my mind? If you cannot give a clear answer, you may not be defending an assessment. You may be defending part of your identity. Second, what information would contradict my current assessment? Do not simply search for more confirmation. Actively look for the strongest evidence against your position. Third, how would someone who believes the opposite interpret the same facts? This question forces you to see the world through someone else's eyes, at least for a moment. Let us return to the message from your boss. We need to talk today. Your initial interpretation may have been, "This is bad news." But when you test that assumption, your thinking begins to change. What could prove this assumption wrong? Perhaps your boss is planning a new project. Perhaps they are speaking with everyone today. Perhaps you are simply missing one crucial piece of information. The better conclusion is therefore not, "I'm sure everything is fine." It is, "I still have too little information to reach a reliable conclusion." That is the essence of good decision-making. Not treating every assumption as if it were already a fact. Having an opinion is not the problem. It becomes a problem when we only allow information that confirms it. So do not merely search for reasons why you are right. Search for the information that could show you where you might be wrong. Confirmation bias is only one of many invisible mechanisms that shape our decisions. At Navigol, we make these mechanisms visible, one decision at a time. If you want to think more clearly and make better decisions, subscribe to the channel. In another episode, we will show you how confirmation bias operates unnoticed in everyday life, and how you can recognize it.